Can you see me?
Yes, great. How are you?
Cool, perfect. I'm good. How are you?
Finally. Woohoo! After
Yay!
it was such a mess last week. It was a Gmail account, getting confused with the school, and now finally, I don't know what I had the wits to put a Facebook account. Not a problem. Woo! We're in. So technology, when it doesn't want to, when Mercury is
Technology.
retrograde, it doesn't want to.
Has it been? I think it's been seeming like it is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The people I talk with, they all have family problems, people dying, big issues,
Oh no.
sickness issues. I have to go to the doctor on Friday for a small operation, and I never go to
Oh
the doctor.
gosh.
So do you know what? The body is talking, the mind is talking, the soul is talking, and it's saying, purge, clean, clear, align yourself. Because what's coming next year is
Yeah, for sure.
you need to be ready. So I think we are at a point where we are trying to put foundations or a platform or anything that is not congruent has to go. So that's what I said in the group.
Right.
Guys, if you're not ready, I'm doing exams this afternoon. I actually have to drink water for 2 days for this procedure and stuff, which I don't do well with diets and stuff because I'm hungry, I eat. So I'm like,
Same.
calm down, like your energy, conserve your energy. So I'm thinking, if you are not ready, and then you appear out of the blue, so I'm going, okay, let's go.
See, I always mess up the times.
And then my sister and I.
It's always 1:30 for me.
So maybe we just move it to 1:30, I don't mind. And maybe my sister and I are doing, my sister and I are doing the Spanish version, and people are loving it.
I know.
And I'm going, wow, what's happening here?
See.
I told her like 20 years ago, at some point, you and I are going to get together and do something to do with healing. You from your point of view, me from
Awesome.
it combines well.
Right.
And it looks as if it is true, maybe this was the time, or she was ready, or I'm ready, or everything is ready.
Yeah, for sure. Because you're the more holistic side and she's the more doctor side.
That's right.
Great.
And she is doing something that is actually intense because she's very stressed with this virus and being at work and stuff. So maybe that was something that created enough momentum to get into it. So what I'm saying is that we visualize in our mind how things should be, and the universe has a different plan for us. We can pick up the cues and pick up the intuition. Intuitively, we can pick up the messages, the totems, the language of the universe, and then go with it organically. And like I was visualizing yesterday, stop trying so hard and just, I put myself in this boat, going down the river, and just allow the river current to take you, and to visualize yourself smoothly getting there without having to push or effort or struggle, because these are times to let go, and it doesn't matter how we put it, these are times to let go of anything that is not real. In terms that the universe say, you might have been that person before, but you are no longer that person. So do yourself a favor and align yourself. So I think this is the whole picture. Some people are fighting it more. Some people are finding it as an opportunity to move on to the other side. That's why I don't see death in itself as a horrific thing. Or for instance, me going to the hospital, I don't think it's a horrific thing. Or you making mistakes with the times. It's like, there are no such a thing as mistakes. It's just opportunities for alignment. And we must stop seeing things working against us. We must start looking at things as guiding us instead.
Yes, always in perfect timing.
So we are talking about the virus, and we are talking about alignment. We are talking about being in a cave and metamorphosing and going into hibernation and being true to ourselves and going inside. And it's a combination of these factors. So I put it in a visual, put down your handbrake and allow the car to keep on going with this momentum, and just monitor the speed. Do you want to go a bit slower? Do you want to be faster? But I was just saying to my sister, a door closes and a window opens, always. So my question was, what things are we letting go of that allow us to move on into the next stage? And I was saying, I let go of feeling small or making myself small or taking away value from myself or that kind of thing. We always do it, like we are victims. We are not victims.
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, for sure.
So what are you finding?
And also the slowing down, like always needing to do something or be accomplishing something to be worthy for some invisible thing.
Exactly.
Just being good with wherever you are now. And
exactly. So what did you find? What did you have to let go of? Did you see anything? Did you get a light somewhere?
Well, yeah, I guess I did post like a big write-up of like several different things I've been thinking about. But I'm kind of really enjoying this sort of yogic sciences path of just being a clear channel as much as I can. So yeah, I'm with you on the kind of noticing places that I've been feeling like small and releasing that to open more to my bigness and what I really want to offer. I'm still just sort of on the fence walking that one. It's like a daily process, but it's nice. It's super empowering.
We are all walking on that fence because it's just the fear of giving the next step. And I worked out listening to Abraham Hicks because I understood the word responsibility as an ability to respond in the way of having tools to meet a demand when life puts it upon us. But then Abraham Hicks said the other day, responsibility is an ability to be responsive to the vibration that is present, and that changed the picture completely. Because now suddenly it's not a matter of being ready to be able to meet a demand, but whatever happens to our life, we respond to it, and sometimes we react, and sometimes we are able to co-create. So when we are responsive to what comes, we may shoot ourselves in the foot, because rather than stop and look at it and decide what reaction I want or what action, rather than reaction, which is acting again as I used to in the past, now I find myself going on automatic pilot, acting as I always did on a fixed pattern that I'm not making a choice. I'm making a choice of not making a new choice. So that opened up the whole, I know it's a game of words, but it opened up a whole game, because now I no longer feel I have to be responsible, but I am able to meet a response to something that is coming with my own choice. For instance, if I'm going to go to hospital on Friday, I can feel down and say, it's nothing. I know it's nothing. It could be a small thing that is created a reaction in my stomach. Now, I went to the doctor to get a referral, and it starts with a big C. Do you even have to go there? Do you really have to say it? Do you really have to think it? It's like we have to put ourselves in the worst case scenario. But why? And what if I die? So, you know, when the time comes, the time's coming anyway. But I choose not to even go there, because I just know in my heart it's nothing. It's just a crossroads. My body's talking. Maybe I'm drinking too much in the mornings. Maybe I'm taking something, a supplement that it doesn't help me. And my body is saying, stop here. So I am choosing to be responsive to this vibration in a positive way. And in the meantime, Reiki, visualize the little boat, and start making this like a huge thing. But I haven't been to the doctor for like years, and now suddenly I go and they go, oh my God, what's happening? That means that my vibration was stable, because I've actually managed to heal myself of huge amount of things. And why must I now change from being positive to being negative? And why must I feel the weight of responsibility? If I switch off because I'm not well, I have to focus on myself, heal myself, give to myself, and stop thinking of giving to others. And under a false presumption
Yeah,
that I am needed. I am not needed. If I want to contribute, I can contribute, but the world will continue without me anyway. So what kind of responsibility is that? It's false responsibility. And I was looking at Nano cards, and he was saying, this struggle is rage and anger that you are feeling, that you have to be there, you got to do stuff, and that people let you down, and that people don't give you value, and it's all that as a psychological reaction of hidden competition, and you are preventing yourself from receiving, and that giving is not real, it's false. And oh my God, we are doing it with our best intention, and yet we're still playing games of manipulation. And that's how subtle it is. By finding all this week, I'm just like becoming a new person, and I can see that finally I'm going to crack this ridiculously subversive, hidden, black, dark pattern where you are being pulled down into lack of self-worth, even though when you think you are doing something good with your life. And he said, no, once the light is put on the shadow, then there's no more shadow. And I think this was the last part, because I was feeling that my karmic battles are coming to an end, and I'm coming into a clean platform, like something I haven't been before. Why? Because I've been clearing karma for millennia, not just a few lifetimes. We are clearing karma for millennia, thousands of years of lives. That's how big this time is. That's
yeah, and it's bringing everything up for us to look at it.
That's right.
It's globally.
That's right.
And personally.
That's right. So I don't know when I speak if it's clear or not. I've been studying it, reading it, writing it, rehearsing it, meditating it, visualizing it, and to me now it's integrated, it's clear. I don't know if people are there, but at least if this can help them catch glimpses of where we are going, then I say it's a positive thing, and maybe we had to be together, and I had to put it forward, and you couldn't wait, because I think this is such an important message that I don't think it could wait. So if you had not been there, I would not have made a video. I could make it by myself, but I'm not motivated.
Yeah, it's good. We need each other to keep each other accountable and speaking out, and yeah.
That's why it's a live discussion. It's a discussion, not a monologue. I've got millions of monologues. I've got millions of diaries and books and whatever, but that's not dialogue. And that is another third, very important part of what's happening. We have to start tapping into our soul families. Because I've been talking this morning with a friend who we were going to do German Basque, and suddenly we are talking about life. And then I was going to talk to my sister, asking her about this thing, and now you see, everything comes back into the same pot. Resolving and finding your soul sisters, your clan, your soul team, because we cannot keep moving forward on our own. And I talk about myself. I am a lone ranger, and I love doing everything alone because I do it faster, efficient, and I move. But you know what? At this time, we have to hold hands and maybe slow down a little for the slower brothers and sisters and walk together.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like communication is so important. I was thinking about your, or I've been thinking a lot about the voice, and about, because that you're very seen when you're using your voice and speaking from yourself instead of any texts or anything like that. So I was thinking about like public speaking. I mean, you have that whole side to you, and we were kind of talking a little bit about emotional intelligence the other week, like it kind of came up, but we didn't go too much into it. Because I feel like now we're in that time of like collaboration, especially now, where we're extra like separated, and one can get lost in that. Like I like to go into my own world and hide.
That's right, don't we all? It's a
but this is also pushing you out,
And that is not healthy. We start imploding. So I'm finding that people are finding me and are asking me to collaborate on this and that. And I think, you know, that's fun. I want to have fun like that. I want to just let it to the universe to bring to me whatever, without my control, without my decision, without my determination. because all my life I've been go, 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 go against everything, against all blocks. Blocks have been disintegrated. It reminds me of, what was the Napoleon? Napoleon said,
Yeah.
I will always conquer, because when I see a block or an obstacle, it has to disintegrate, it has to disappear, and I always see myself victorious. And what did he do? He was victorious. So that's what I done, like that. But that is the bull against
Yeah, and fire as well. You've got lots of fire.
ram.
Or
So
I'm Taurus, and you've got Aries fire. You know. Choo, 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 choo.
That's right. But now my totem in my abundance house is the bison. And as big as bisons are, not only they don't stampede, they don't use their heads to open up paths of snow when it snows. They just walk through the path that's open. What about the conservation of energy? So there I've been fighting all my life, like the battle for the universe, and I did win and whatever, and I almost leave my skin in the path. And I'm thinking, whoa, at this age, do I really need
Bison?
Like Picasso says, piggy power. We have seen that's all fun. So I'm just, this morning I was teaching a lesson, and this girl says in her oral, my favorite teacher is Anna, the Spanish teacher. I go, wow, bless you, child, you must be masochist. I'm always I'm telling them off and all that, but you know what? It's attention, it's love. I care. They know it, and they say, you can tell me off as much as you want. I accept it from you, but they don't accept it from others. And it's just love. It's just love in any shape and form you can give it. People know when you're trying to guide them and you're coming from the heart. And this is maybe the fourth item in today's basket. We have to give from the heart, expecting nothing in return. And let the universe give you back what you deserve. And stop doing this for that. I give you this, you give me that. That in exchange. Like, this is not worth as much as, no, you give what you can, I give what I can. And it comes a little bit like the fish and the fish and the bread in Jesus' story, where everybody put what they had and it magnified in such a way that there was more than enough. So it's a whole turnaround of the mind, of the way we are seeing things. All that just happened this week. It didn't just happen this week. It came to a head this week, maybe because I didn't feel well and I just calm down and just go inside. And there is always a reason for everything.
What would you say? My abundance house is wolf. So what would that look like, perhaps?
First, communication. You just said it. How you are tuned. You have a good intuition. Wolves are communication and intelligence. I had to work with wolf in several factors. First of all, communication per se, which is what I did Toastmasters, which I almost burnt out, but it was intense, but I did it. Second, intelligence. They don't talk for the sake of talk. A little sign of the alpha wolf, a little moving of the ears, moving of the tail, back, whatever, body language. Everybody picks it up and everybody stays within the pack in their accepted and given position. Everybody's got a position and the pack works together because everybody, they work as one. This collaboration, everybody does and give what they can and what they have to give. Not everybody can be alpha and not everybody wants to be alpha. Not everybody is a good alpha, and whoever is alpha is got a huge weight on the shoulders with the leadership. But if you are a natural alpha, it's no heavier for you than someone else within the pack in their own individual role.
And if I got it in my abundance house, would that mean that I am or not? Maybe.
No, you have that potential. Now, do you? The other thing, the third thing about wolf that I had to really work on is that, well, first of all, they hold to the moon, so that's your intuition. But the fourth one was rhythm and speed. I used to go too fast. Like I said, Toastmasters almost burnt out. Working in the UK as a manager, almost burnt out. What else happened? School or something, burnt out, almost burnt out. So it's always just pushing myself to the limit and then having to stop. So I had to learn that wolf can walk at the speed of 5 kilometers an hour for the whole day. But if you push a wolf to run, for instance, 25 kilometers an hour, they can do it. And then I realized I had to talk it to my own rhythm. And then I decided walk or move 5 kilometers an hour, which means the hours that I have energy to study, I study. The hours that I have energy to talk to people, I do. Yesterday, I was going to do a kinesiology session, and she said, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, no, by about 3 o'clock, I am out of the world. I pack up, I go in, and I do my thing, my studies, my reading. From 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, I can be there, I can give energy, I can work, exchange, and whatever. But in the afternoon, I'm not interested. And in the evening, I sit with my family and I chat, and we do switch off. And that's my rhythm. Anybody that wants anything to do with me has to fit in those rhythms. Or we have to find, like in mathematics, when they have two circles and there is a common denominator, that is the denominator of time to exchange. I can't ask myself to do like I used to, lessons in the afternoon, evening, then go to Toastmasters meetings at 11 at night, then go to bed at any time in the morning. I'm not that person. So once I accepted to work with my natural rhythms, I was able to heal, reserve energy, become more intelligent, because I wasn't so stressed and stretched. So I'm able to function all throughout the day at different facets. So it's a lot of self-knowledge, self-acceptance, self-permission.
Because there's also that idea of the lone wolf versus the wolf pack.
Yes, combination of both. So you got to be your own leader, but you also need a pack. So now I'm looking around myself and I'm saying, okay, I am starting to identify who are the people in my pack. People who have been friends for a long time or short time, or people I connected with very well or whatever, and say, why not? And I'm starting to get connections consciously on, hey, let's get all into a common platform and see how I can collaborate or we can collaborate. Rather than do it unconsciously that they need you, you answer, you need them, they answer. No.
For sure,
At a different healthy level. Not only when,
for sure.
when I am in trouble.
We're in the same wolf pack, Anna.
You look like it. Yeah, but when you came to school, it was already a click.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
awesome.
So
yeah, I love this totem animal work. I think it's so brilliant.
It's a language, it's a full language. It just opens up so many windows of understanding without having to use the words. Because you can use your visualization, and you can use the amount of times at the beginning, all those 20 years ago, I used to just get into a circle and put the stones and the crystals and make myself the animal and feel myself inside the skin of the animal and integrate the energies. It was so much fun. At the time, it was like a game. And then later, I became that animal. And all the time, I can now translate the energies faster, animals faster. And when did that happen? It happened progressively. You don't realize you are doing a job or a work for a long time, and suddenly one day it's like speaking a language. Someday I always say the potatoes come out of your ears, and suddenly you hear it. Suddenly you understand it. Suddenly you can speak it, and you say, when did that happen? It's a progressive integration of information. So I think this meeting was short and intense because I had already cleared all the lessons. This is something that someone will have to listen to and then sit down with themselves, get the 6 main concepts and start unraveling their own and start making bullet points and synonyms, because this word may not be equal to that word, and that word can open a path that this word wants, and start resonating and feeling the resonance and the alignment. And just make a whole mind mapping. And when you put all the mind map, expand it as much as you can, and start making connections with colors. And then you clear a separation, emotional separation, mental separation. and then you can read it more clearly from the distance, and then you start synthesizing and integrating concepts, and you start making correlations you didn't know you had. That's how I work, because I am very analytical, but I'm also creative. So when you are working with both hemispheres, in that way, you start letting go of maybe something that you feel is done and old, and you start getting excited about potentials that start opening. And that's how I do it. And after that, you start putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for instance, 5 maximum ideas or possibilities, and then you start looking at them. How can I apply them in my life today? How can I develop them? How can I evolve them? Who could help me? What do I need to study? And so on and so forth. Must I do them all at once, or can I stage them 1 first, second, and so on? And you see how you're starting to unravel your path in an analytical way, using also your creativity, no rushing, no forcing, and allowing the intuition to talk to you as you go doing it. It could take you a week, it could take you a month. If somebody is in a rush, I'll repeat what I said this morning from Abraham Hicks. There is not right or wrong age. There is only the right age in which you find your freedom. And so when I am in doubt, I go there. Too early, too late, nothing. Did you find your freedom or not? Did you find a little bit of your freedom or not? And with that, I stay on that, because what we all want is freedom. It doesn't matter what we say, money, this, that, no. What we all want is freedom.
See, joy, fun.
Yeah, alignment is freedom, that's right. Clarity, excitement, joy, all that. Just,
passion.
yes, passion are different areas that go with the freedom. We want the money for the freedom, and we want the job we love, the expansion and the freedom. It all keeps going back in circles. So I decided, when you get trapped into the money side, or this side, or the boss side, or the partner that you're not happy with side, you start trapping yourself and making excuses. But I need it because I have to pay bills, but I need it because I can't be alone. When you start feeling like that, you become a victim, and then you implode and you get locked. And at that point, you got to start again unraveling that knot. And that's why I am a weaver like the spider. I weave my energies all the time. I'm healing my net, healing my web, repairing my web, strengthening. And when one thread vibrates stronger than others, I sense it, and I go there. And that's my or my prey. And that's how I see it, vibrational terms. Your matrix and the resonance alive at a certain moment of a certain issue or a certain area that needs to be worked at. And that, it doesn't matter if it looks like an illness or a sorrow or anything, it's always a gift, a present, a possibility, a potential. So rather than running away from it, I always run towards it. The more fear I sense, the better for me. The bigger the doorway. And that's because I've been doing it for a long time, and I can actually hold resilient. It was great. So that's a lot to
we have.
about, right?
Awesome.
We'll change the time to 1:30, just for you.
Yay! Now I'll start arriving early. No.
I'll kill you, like you said. Thank you for being here. That was great.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, that was lovely. Thank you.
If you have any questions, just put them in the group, because that's a follow-up, which is also important.
Yeah. See you.
Bye-bye, Luciana.
Bye, Anna.